Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing out there? Welcome to the side, Jawn. We're happy to see you. Good morning. I know in some places it's snowing out there, so everybody, inside doing what they need to do. Make sure y'all get out there and shovel. Put some salt down. For those that don't have that problem, make sure y'all just stay warm. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. But I am your host, Dennis Holmes. I'm here with my co-host, Sharon Mullen, the chocolate girl.
Hey, everybody out there in podcast land, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, Twitter, verse. How's everybody? How you doing, Dennis, up there in Philly?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing all right down here. We only got about an inch, maybe a dust in the snow this morning. It was early this morning too.
I think we got about like 4 inches, 4 to 5.
Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I think it's about 4 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely want to start this thing off with some entertainment news. Last night on Lifetime, Janet Jackson, Miss Jackson, If You Nasty, had her documentary last night. I didn't get to see it, but you were telling me about parts 1 and 2 came on last night. How was it?
Oh, it was great. I was pleasantly surprised. First of all, I must admit, I didn't even know this was coming on until I just happened to look on Facebook. So let me get that out of the way, like you like to say. Let's just get that out of the way. I didn't even realize it because I'm not really keeping up with stuff like that, and I have a lot of other things going on. So I didn't really realize it was coming on, but once I saw it was coming on, I am one of the biggest Janet Jackson fans ever. So I decided to record it, but then I decided to go ahead and watch it as well. So it was really, really good. Did not realize that this was the first time that Janet had been back to Gary, Indiana since they left. She hasn't been back since.
Wow.
And she was like 7, 5. I can't remember how young she was, but it'd been a long, a long time. And what I like about this documentary versus some of these other shows that they've had on Lifetime, like the TLC thing and all the other ones, it was the New Edition one. It's actually Janet telling the story and Randy. And then you have their mom, Catherine, you got Rebe in there giving some words, old footage of Joe Jackson, all of that is in there. So it's not, they don't have actors playing them and then tell them, no, this is actually the real people. They even include in part 2, actual video taken by her second husband, Rene Elizondo, remember him?
Okay.
Her second, I think she was married to him 10, 15 years, some long time. He had actual video because he was a producer and videographer himself that he took, and no one had ever shown it to the world ever. So first time ever we're seeing this actual footage, like candid footage, them sitting in the hotel room talking, them on the beach, them doing stuff at home, just behind the scenes, recording songs and so forth. For like when they first started recording Rhythm Nation, they have video in there with that, and it's just very, very good. It's well made. So I'm very excited to see parts 3 and 4 tonight. But I'm a big Janet Jackson fan. Are you a big Janet Jackson fan?
I like Janet Jackson. I won't say I'm a big fan because I couldn't tell you what's my favorite Janet Jackson album, so I can't say I'm a big fan.
Well, it's Rhythm Nation for me. It's just hands down when that came out. Do you know one fact that came out in the documentary is that the Rhythm Nation tour still holds the record for the largest opening of a worldwide concert of all time.
Wow. I don't think that's going to be broken.
It's 2021. That was 1980, what, 4, 6?
I don't think that's going to be broken no time soon.
She still holds the record, Dennis.
Yeah.
She still holds the record. I just, oh my, I don't know. She's a phenomenal person, but she still talks like a little girl a lot. It's really, really interesting how she speaks. But
Well,
yeah,
they got that soft voice. That's
yeah,
it's the Jacksons. They got that soft voice.
yeah. Was she, you said you can't pick which album you like the best?
No, I can't.
A song, maybe? Just a song?
My favorite Janet Jackson song, Let's Wait a While.
Okay. Mm, yeah,
Let's
that
Wait
was
a While.
80s. That was 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, When I Think of You is my favorite Janet song to sing in karaoke.
June said lonely. He said it still gets him. I get so lonely.
Yeah, man. Well, he probably gets got by the video too, because she's looking awfully lovely in the video. Is that what it is, June?
It probably is.
Yeah, I like that video. I like that song too, but I tell you,
I think yeah, June said yeah, it's the video. He definitely said it's the video. But tomorrow, but besides the big things that's going on, they actually have a documentary about uh Bill Cosby coming on tomorrow. That I got a lot of mixed emotions about it. I don't think nobody gonna really want to know what I got to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's coming on Showtime. Uh, it's called "We Need to Talk About Bill Cosby" with Kamua Bell. Kamua Bell. Yeah, it's a 4-part documentary series. Now, you were the one introducing me to this. Now, how did you find out about it? Let me get that out of the way. Because you stumbled on Janet Jackson by accident, just flicking the channel. But how did you come about with the Bill Cosby
yeah,
documentary?
an ad on Facebook. You know
Mm.
how you see those ads that say sponsorship or yeah, sponsorship. Yeah, Showtime. It's on Showtime, and I'm looking, flicking down my timeline, and here's this ad about this documentary. So I clicked on it to watch the trailer, and I'm watching this trailer, and my jaw just dropped open. I was like, "What? This is coming on, and I didn't know about it." I'm just like, "What is going on?" So I immediately put it on my calendar to watch tomorrow because it comes out tomorrow. And in the trailer, this is what I was saying to you about the trailer. The trailer might as well just say, hey, the man did it. He's a guilty old dog, and there's nothing else to say about it. That's what it might as well say. Because, a lot of these controversial documentaries, I'm expecting them to just give you all the facts and kind of leave it to you to decide what you believe. No, this one is very slanted according to the trailer. According to the trailer, it's all people who are going to be reaching the conclusion, yeah, he did it and he deserves to be in prison. That's the feeling I got from the trailer. Now, I could be wrong, of course, because I haven't seen it yet, but the trailer gave me that feeling. And I'm thinking, okay, but I read all this other stuff. I pulled up this article with things you should know about the Cosby case, right? It's got all these this whole timeline, year by year by year. When each woman reported, the year that they reported whatever their allegations were, what was and wasn't done about it, all of this stuff. I've read it before. I pulled it up again today. I'm sorry. I remember the 70s. The guy, Kamal Bell, he was born and raised, he was born in the 70s. I was born in the 60s. So in the 70s, I was a little aware of what was going on in Hollywood. And there was a whole lot of this, what do they call that couch? I forgot what they call it, actor's couch or whatever the couch is, where a lot of women got abused for the sake of trying to get a career on somebody's couch, right? I'm aware of all that. I'm aware of all the drugs, the Quaaludes, the acid. Ecstasy wasn't a big thing back then. It was Quaaludes and acid. Cocaine, the powder cocaine, everywhere, all the clubs everywhere. And that's all people did in Hollywood was get high and have debaucherous sex out there and stuff. That's all they did. So for a kid like me looking at that, I'm questioning. It's 30 and 40 years later, I'm questioning. I'm sorry, because I remember, but these young folks don't know anything about that time.
I always was like stuck, and I was like, why now? Why not? Why not in the 90s when they tried to get him in the 90s? Because they actually tried and said that he had another child out there, and then that was wrong. Then I was like, well, why not? Why not say nothing in the 80s? I fully couldn't understand, and I still don't understand it. And then he went to jail, so that means he went to jail to do a crime that y'all say that he did. He did his crime. He did his time. Why are we still talking about this? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, a lot of people are mad or angry because he got out early. He wasn't finished serving his sentence. He blind and old, doesn't matter to them. And I'm not saying whether I believe he did it or not. I'm not even going to give my opinion at this point, at this moment. What I'm saying is I remember how it was. We talked about this in the pre-show. We were talking about what's his name? Mike Tyson, the whole situation with that. Just because he was accused doesn't mean he did it. I don't care how many women do it, come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I just don't, me personally, I don't understand it. Like I said, he did his crime, he did his time. It's over. I'm actually, Bill Cosby's from Philadelphia, to be exact, North Philadelphia. I'm actually from North Philadelphia. To us, Bill Cosby was the man. And, when you hear something bad about him, like, you heard the story and, you sit back and you think about it. And I don't want to disrespect none of the women, but again, at the time, you didn't say nothing about it then. And then when it was a good time to say something about it in the 90s, you didn't say anything about it then. It's just like when everybody heard he was buying NBC, it was like, oh, we can't let this happen. You know those stories y'all got about him? Come on out. Give him those stories out. Come on, he can't buy NBC. Now, if it had nothing to do with him buying NBC, I might look into it a little bit, but it's just the fact that he was buying NBC, and it's like y'all just wanted to throw that man down. Like,
well, according to somebody's post that I saw, somebody on social media, on CNN, they put out a story that it wasn't true that he was trying to buy NBC. Now, I remember him talking about it or alluding to it in a live interview years ago about wanting to be a network, on a network. I remember him talking about this. I'm old. I heard him say it, but CNN came out with something saying, oh, that's not true, that he was trying to buy NBC.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I believe it or not either. It's just, it's one of them things, you know what? If it is true, like I said, he did his crime, he did his time. Now, I can understand it, because we still make jokes of OJ, to this day. But it ain't nothing that OJ need a documentary. It ain't nothing that, Bill Cosby need a documentary about why he did it. Well, we need to know who Bill Cosby is. No, we don't. It's all right. He went to jail. He did his crime. We don't need a bunch of black people on there need to be on Showtime and all. No, that don't need to happen.
Oh, they have a whole lot of people on there. They even have Jamel Hill on there.
Right. That was
I'm
the one
like,
that threw me off. Jamel Hill being on.
I'm like, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. But I mean, I know she's a journalist and all that, outspoken, and I love her. That's my Spartan right there. That's my Spartan dog right there. I love her. But I'm like, they're even hearing from her. She's younger than what? Younger than New Money? She's so young. I mean, she doesn't know about the history of Bill Cosby. What? She doesn't. I mean, I understand what he meant to her. Got it. And if you look at all the people that they have in there, that they have clips of, I would say about 80% of the people that they show are younger than 35 years old.
Right.
They weren't even a thought in the 70s and 60s.
Wasn't even what my uncle used to say, you wasn't even a stain in your daddy pants shit.
No. And Bill Cosby was the first black actor to have a major hour-long network drama show. He was on I Spy. And believe it or not, I remember that little show from when I was a little girl.
I don't think I ever seen I Spy.
Well, it was probably in reruns when I was born, but anyway. Maurice Samuels in our comments, what's up, Don? He said there's a price you pay for fame. You have to deal with the consequences and repercussions of being in Hollywood. There's my phrase again, Dennis, consequences and repercussions. I love that. That's my thing.
Consequences, it comes with
yeah,
part of the territory.
Yeah, you do. But he has every right to, he has every right to rail against it too. All I ask that people consider is this: being falsely accused of something, even when it looks like you may or may not have, like you may have done it, like there's things that could easily be misconstrued that you did it. Even then, being falsely accused is one of the worst feelings in the world. It can almost drive you insane. And I mean that literally. As someone who has been falsely accused of something. So is my son twice.
Right.
And I mean years apart. One, he was a little boy. The other one, he was in his early 20s. So you can't even say that that's a pattern. You know what I mean? I've been through it. Being falsely accused, though. And if you don't have somebody in your corner that really believes in you, it can lead you to pure insanity.
Definitely
That's all
agree
I'm
with
gonna
that.
say.
Now, since we were on the city of brotherly love, now go from one shake to another. This was a crazy sports week this week. And
yeah, gotta get into some sports.
Let me start off with this news right here. My Philadelphia 76ers played against your Los Angeles Lakers this week. And we had some fans in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, that wanted to go out there and talk smack about Carmelo Anthony, calling him a boy repeatedly, to the point that Melo almost wanted to fight two of the guys. I'm sorry, it wasn't one, it was two of them. Two of the guys that just kept calling him boy, get in the corner, boy.
Is that what they said? Because I haven't seen what they said. Is that what they said?
Yeah. Get in the corner, boy. Take your shot, boy. Yeah. They were very, very disrespectful. And it wasn't necessary. Wasn't necessary at all. Like we were going to beat the Lakers regardless, whether LeBron played or not. We were going to beat the Lakers regardless. So I just felt as though it wasn't necessary. It was a game we were supposed to sit there, enjoy, and watch. They jacked the ticket prices up for that game specifically. I was just at the game 2 days before that, the New Orleans game. Them ticket prices from that game to this game, them ticket prices were ridiculously different.
I'm sure.
Right.
So, what was the New Orleans game ticket price?
I think the cheapest seat on that game was $8. The cheapest seat on the Lakers game was $70.
From 8 to 70
Right.
for the cheapest seat.
Cheapest seat.
Wow. $8. I was thinking 30. $8. Wow. Woo.
The Memphis game I'm going to go see the Michael Cole. Cheapest seat is $8.
And that's in Memphis?
No, it's in Philadelphia.
It's in Philadelphia. Oh, when is
It's
that?
on Monday.
February?
It's on Monday.
Yeah, it's February. Well, Monday's, you mean
The
Monday's
31st.
31st?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could be there. That's going to be fun.
Right.
Mm.
I just don't.
Wow.
Fans like that should be banned, and I'm glad that those fans did get banned for life. But fans like that should be banned. Now, my only thing is.
Oh, no. It wasn't for life. It was indefinitely. See, indefinitely doesn't mean for life to me.
Gotta make sure you word that.
For
right.
life means for life.
For life.
That means you can never return. But indefinitely means sometime in the future, we might let it up if you ask us nicely.
You pay an extra fine. Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, because I've been to the stadium. Where is it that you're, let me see your face? Because you got your mask on all the time.
Oh, he didn't have, they didn't, when I saw the video and the guy stood up and was taught, he didn't have a mask on. And neither did the guy next to him.
When you come in.
Oh, you talking about when you come in?
Yeah,
oh, okay. Well, maybe he just took it off and put it in his pocket after that.
But no, it's not that. I'm just saying, like, I'm suspended, right? So I can't come back to your establishment. But I've been in your establishment. You ain't scanning faces and you checking IDs, but you ain't checking IDs for that. You checking IDs to make sure that my vaccine card is the same as my ID, that I'm the same person. You ain't checking IDs to say, oh, such and such can't be in here. Your security is all around the stadium. You got doors open all around the stadium. I can sneak in any one of them doors and have my ticket and come on back.
They may have a notice. They may have a list. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it.
I'm definitely gonna find out on Monday.
Durham Bulls Stadium, they have a list.
Definitely gonna find out on Monday.
It's some little list, and these people can't get in, type of thing. That's all I know about here, but I don't know about there.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, luckily they got banned for indefinitely, whatever that means. But Carmelo was hot, and he doesn't get hot at the fans a whole lot. No,
he don't. He usually talk a little trash to him, but he don't usually. I ain't never seen Carmelo do that, and he's been playing almost 18 seasons, and I've never seen him do that. I've seen him get in a fight with the Knicks and then get traded to the Knicks a couple years later, but that's about it. I ain't never seen him do that.
Well, I tell you what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about that whole thing. They said in the article that I read about the guy that got thrown out indefinitely that he was a repeat offender. That was it. That's what came out. They've had issues with this same guy before. So what that tells me is that he ain't learned, and they should have been put him out long time ago, probably. And they kept letting it slide, which you don't do. Consequences and repercussions. Y'all need to go listen to, did you hear what Chocolate said? Because I did a whole podcast on it. Go back and listen to that. These fans are out of control, and we need to protect our players. I'm sorry, and I don't care what the sport is. Fans should not have the right to just say whatever the hell they want to say. Like that one fan that said something about, I hope you die to LeBron or something, or your kid gets killed in a car accident or something. Oh, that was in Portland, wasn't it? Wasn't that Portland?
I think it was the Pacers, Indiana.
Or Utah.
Because LeBron made the shot and was doing the whole, I got big cojones. Mm-hmm. So, and then that's when that happened. I think that was Indiana.
Yeah, well, whatever it was wrong. They shouldn't have said it.
And then there was some people in Utah that said something crazy.
So, and let me read some more of these comments. Braxton Hill said next Saturday Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
What
the
is
Senior
that?
Bowl is next Saturday.
Oh, with the NFL?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the college kids that's transitioning to the NFL.
Oh, seniors. That's seniors. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Then Marie Samuel said, the LBJ factor is real, regardless if you like him or not. He sells tickets and the NBA takes full advantage of it.
Yes, they
True
do.
story. BJ said you got to give a name when you buy the tickets, right? And facial recognition. I guess he's asking.
No, I bought tickets. You don't have to give a name, but like, okay, let's just say I'm the one that got banned. I can have BJ buy tickets for me off his email account, and then he could just send me the screenshot. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they banned these people. I think it's just said. I don't think it's really done. But if I'm that guy, you can't sit in that seat no more because now they're looking for you. I can tell you that.
Right.
You have to get different seats.
The media will be all over that. Hey, isn't that guy?
Right. You would have to
Camera
sit in the
be
club
all
level
up
or
on
something.
it. Yeah. Braxton said April 8th, I'm going to see Detroit Pistons versus Milwaukee Bucks.
That's what's up.
Milwaukee all day. All day. All day. And all night. I can't stand the Pistons, boy. Woo. I can't. Cannot stand them. Ever since the Bad Boys, nope.
I ain't got nothing to say on that. It's just,
nope.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Detroit never get love from Sharon. Nope.
Okay. Well, speaking of sports, I would say your second favorite quarterback. I'm gonna say your second favorite quarterback has retired from the NFL. Second favorite quarterback. Yeah. I don't think he's more. I don't think you like him more than Terry Bradshaw. That's what I'm gonna say of me knowing
you. You would be wrong.
Wow.
I do like him. I do like him more than see, okay. I'm kind of complex on this. I like to wait until they're finished with their game. He's retired now.
Right.
Now I can make an assessment.
Okay.
He's my favorite quarterback of all time.
Damn.
He is Ben Roethlisberger is my favorite quarterback of all time, period. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he retired this week. I was excited for him. Had a great career too. Had a great career. He had the black and yellow going. After they got rid of Tommy.
Black and gold. Black and gold. We don't call it black and yellow.
That ain't the song that they play during the game.
That's just a song, but I'm saying we don't call them black and yellow.
Let's go.
We sing the song, but when we talk about them, we talk about the black and gold.
Okay. I'm gonna let you finish it then. I don't want to butcher it.
No, but what did you think? Everybody know what I'm gonna say, but what do you think about him retiring and so forth?
Yeah, it was time. It was time. He was definitely great for the game. That Steelers Ravens rivalry, probably at the time from I want to say 5 years before he got there to the time that he's been playing, has been a great rivalry, and he's had some great moments in there. He's got some great Super Bowl moments. Man, Ben Roethlisberger was the real deal. I'm not a hater. He was the real deal. He should be first ballot Hall of Fame. In my book. We don't know
what makes him first ballot to you?
I want to say his achievements and the way he played the game.
He was tough. He was the toughest quarterback I ever seen. To me, he is the toughest quarterback I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. Ever. And a lot of fans like to say certain other quarterbacks are tough, like they say Brady is tough. Brady is not tough. He's not tough. I mean, he's a great cheerleader on the sideline, so he motivates his team. He's not a tough player. That's why no one could touch him. That's why he won, because he couldn't be touched. That's why. Now, I'm not saying that the man was never sacked, but look how few sacks he had in his career. And come back and see me if you disagree with what I say. But I'm going to say that January 27th, I will always remember this date for the rest of my life, January 27th, 2022, because not only is it the day that one of the greatest owners of all time was born, that's the Chief, Mr. Rooney. He was born on that date in 1901. But that's also is just really ironic, the same day that Ben announced his retirement. And I'm not that emotional of a person about everything. I'm really not, even though my sister would say I am. I'm really not about everything, but I teared up. It really has me feeling nostalgic, even though I feel like he should have retired 2 years ago. I've gone on the record saying that he should have retired 2 years ago. So it was more than time, but I still loved him. I still love Big Ben. And I just wanted to, on First Take, they asked the question, these sports shows, I tell you what, the more and more I watch them, I think about what you said to me when we were talking about these sports shows and why you tend not to watch them and how they talk about things ad nauseum and the way they say things. You have to always watch the way that they ask these questions about these subjects. And they immediately asked on ESPN, who had the better career, Ben Roethlisberger or Eli Manning? I'm like, oh God, y'all, the ink ain't even dry on his letter. The video hadn't even been watched 10,000 times yet. And y'all already asking this question already today? You asking this? First of all, the question was a stupid question. It shouldn't even been asked. It's a no freaking brainer. Who you think had a better career, Dennis? Who had a better career?
Ben had a better career.
Darn right. Do you know Molly Karam and that doggone Dan Orlowski sat up there on that show talking about Eli had the better career?
Yeah, they only saying that because of the because he beat Brady twice.
Yeah, that was it. You got what's her name, Molly, on there. She makes Stephen A. Smith stop talking so she can run down how Eli Manning is in top 10 in pass completion percentage and passing yards and some other stuff. Well, you know what? I decided to take a look. So this will allow me, if you allow me some liberty right now, Dennis, I took some time to look up some comparison stats. And I'd like to take just a moment to talk about this comparison between Big Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning, who I'm also a fan of, who I defended in conversations and arguments saying he is a Hall of Famer. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a first ballot, but he is a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. If he got in first ballot, I would be less upset about it than I was that Calvin Johnson got in first ballot. I am still pissed off about that. That was wrong on so many levels. I don't care. That's what I feel. BJ Samuel said, I'm not here for Steelers talk. Too bad. When it's time to talk about a Ravens that means anything, we'll talk about it. Okay? If you want us to talk about your Ravens, put it on the Facebook page. I asked y'all to tell us some topics that you want to see covered on the side, Jawn. You didn't respond. Therefore, we get to talk about what we want to talk about. So yo on that. Okay? So anyway, back to what I was saying. So I decided to look at these numbers, Dennis. All right. top pass completion percentage. Yes, they both are. Oh, okay. For pass completion percentage, neither one of them are top 10. So she was wrong about that. Neither one of them are top 10. Ben is ranked number 17th all time in pass completion percentage. Guess where Eli is ranked? Just take a wild guess. If he's 17, where do you think Eli is?
35.
52.
Damn.
He's tied with Jason Campbell and John Kitna.
Jason Campbell.
Yes. And see, when I saw that, I knew this was the reaction I was gonna get from you on that. Once I saw Jason Campbell was who he's tied with.
Jason Campbell and John Kitna.
And I used to love Jason Campbell. I wanted him to do so much better than he did. I loved him
too.
Even though he played for Washington. I loved him. All right, so let's move on. Top 10, she said, he's top 10 in passing yards. Okay, well, so is Ben. So Eli is number 9. Where do you think Ben is?
I'm gonna say Ben is 7, 8. 7.
He's 5. He's 5. Yes, he's 5th. Eli is 9. Top 10 pass completions. Yeah, they both are. Ben again is number 5. Eli is number 9. So he beats them in all 3 of those so far. Okay, let's keep it going. Top 10 in pass attempts, just attempting to throw the ball. Ben is 5th. He's 8th. Game-winning drives in the regular season. Ben is tied for second with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Eli is 11th. She said, talking about his game-winning drive, oh, he was Mr. Fourth Quarter. He's 11th. Ben is 2nd. I'm like, what? He's tied at 7. You know, Peyton Manning is number 1, right? But he's tied with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. But you're going to say Eli's career is okay. All right, Molly Karen. Game-winning drives in the postseason.
Eli got over Ben is 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Exactly. That's it. And he beat Tom Brady. But I'm gonna get to that Super Bowl MVP thing in a minute. Just a second. But the game-winning drives in the postseason all time. Ben is tied for 5th with Terry Bradshaw, Dan Marino, and Russell Wilson. Already. Wilson's on that list, tied for 5th already. Eli is 3rd. So he beats him on this one. That's it. Okay. In the postseason, though, game-winning drives in the postseason. Now, let me tell you why game-winning drives in the postseason is not even that big of a factor for a quarterback. You know what that tells me? Ben didn't need game-winning drives in the postseason as much as Eli did. Why can I say that? Because Ben won 2 out of 3 of his Super Bowls. So apparently he didn't need it too much. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let that sit there. But let's talk about these interceptions. And this is a big thing with me. People who do not like Eli Manning, they always talk about how he led the league in interceptions several times, right? Well, how many times did he do? Did he lead it? 3 times. 2007, 2010, and 2013, right? Ben led it twice. In 2006, toward the beginning of his career, and then in 2018, right before he went out for surgery on his elbow. 2018 was not that great of a season for him because of his elbow, and he didn't want to get surgery. He started out 2019. No, this was 2018. His elbow was already messed up. He started out the season 2019 and played, I think it was 5 games, and had to go out for surgery. 5 games, 2, 3, 5, something like that.
Yes, I remember that, but I thought that's when he got injured in 2000.
No,
19, because 2018
no.
he threw for 5,000 yards, right?
Yes, he did, but his elbow suffered as a result. So what happened is 2019 in a game, when he got hit on it, it made it worse. And he couldn't play with it. He had to go out. That's when he revealed that elbow had been bothering him for a while. We knew that, but everybody didn't know that. And no, I'm not making any excuses. I mean, how am I making excuses, BJ? You can pull these same numbers. It's all right there. I make no excuses. No, I did not only look up stats that he won in. I looked up all the stats, BJ. Eli doesn't beat Ben in anything but 2. And I just said that. It's not my fault. I guess you're not listening because you just hate Ben. You hate being in the Steelers so much for whooping your ass. You just can't accept it. But that's on you. So anyway, so that's what I looked up and found that out. Of course, you know, Brett Favre is number 1 with 336. But Ben finishes his career with 211 interceptions, and Eli Manning had 244. But he better. Okay. So they started talking about who had better defenses, and Eli Manning never had man, Eli Manning had record-breaking defenses in the Super Bowl. So don't tell me he never had good defenses. Don't tell me that, because that's nothing but a lie. I think a man by the name of Michael Strahan helped him win one of them Super Bowls, right? Yeah. I believe he was on that team, but Eli still got the MVP of that Super Bowl.
Sure did.
And arguably 3 or 4 other people could have gotten it, but they gave it to him. That's fine. So that leads me to Ben's 2 Super Bowls that he won. I told you before all of this controversy, Ben was robbed of that Super Bowl with Arizona, of that Super Bowl MVP. He should have won it. Santonio Holmes, yes, he did great, but Ben orchestrated a comeback for the ages. He did. And he should have gotten an MVP for it, but he didn't. It is what it is. So when I look at players, and I look at players who should have won something that didn't, I factor that in. It's just like with I won't mention him either because people say I'm biased. There's another player that I could mention who didn't get MVPs that should have. And I factor that into my evaluation of that player as well. So that's where I ain't talking about it. Nope.
You talking about
Chris Webber? You know it's not Chris Webber. So anyway,
Chris Paul, that's another one deserved to get MVP.
Neither one of them Chris's, no, neither one. So anyway, so that's the data that I looked up. So I'm looking at the data. And so my conclusion from that first take argument was that whoever the data person is for Stephen A. Smith should be fired because they did not feed into, the producer did not feed into his ear what to say back to Molly Karam when all the stats are there. That's what made me look. When she kept running down all this stuff and he didn't run down a counter, I was like, wait a minute now. I know Ben's numbers are higher than Eli's because I looked them up to argue for Eli. This is what I'm telling you. I wasn't even looking at it for Ben. I was arguing with somebody else that Eli is not a Hall of Famer. That's what they were saying. And I was saying, yes, he is. And so I found him on these top 10 lists. But every time I looked, except for that one stat, Ben was higher than him. I remember making a note of that. And so I'm just saying, if you're going to talk about a player, say it in context and say the truth. That's all I'm saying. I don't care who it is, whether you like them or not. It's just like with me. I got to say what I got to say. Bill Belichick's the best damn NFL coach I've seen. I can't stand the man. He's the best to me. It is what it is. There you go. You want to dispute facts? Argue with your mama. You can't argue with me about that. Ben, had a better career and was a better player than Eli Manning. Period. I don't care who Eli beat. That's it.
Okay.
That's my chocolate girl moment on the side, Jawn. How about that?
Well, this weekend we have the NFC. I'm my fault. We have the NFL championship games, NFC and AFC. 2 games left, y'all. 2 games left. We have the 49ers taking on the loss.
Hold it. Time out. You're not gonna let me finish all that and not have a comeback or a comment about what I just said. You ain't gonna do that. I'm not letting you do that. No. You gotta tell me how you feel about what I just said.
It was all right. It was Ben Roethlisberger. Congratulations.
You know what? Okay, I got something for you. I'm gonna pay you back on that one. Go ahead. Let's talk about this weekend. Let's talk about tomorrow. It is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, NFC AFC championship game. The NFC side, we have the Los Angeles Rams against the San Francisco 49ers. This played in LA. So I'm gonna have to say, me personally, because the Rams don't have no fans, and this is where the Super Bowl will be played at within 2 weeks, I'm going with the 49ers. I think it's going to be a sea of red at that stadium. That's what I'm going with. Now, who are you going with?
You went with the 49ers?
49ers.
And you said it's because they don't have no fans?
They ain't got no fans.
That's the only reason you picked them.
That's it.
Because they don't have any fans.
No fans.
I forgot who I picked. I think I picked the Rams. But I don't remember, so don't quote me on it, but I think I picked the Rams.
Donovan gonna say it's not the LA Rams, it's the Inglewood Rams.
Yeah, BJ said I picked the Steelers.
Yeah.
Lame.
Okay.
Lame.
So now on the AFC side, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, Who Dey Nation, against the Kansas City Chiefs.
First of all, let me say
they call the Chiefs something. It's some nation. I forgot what it was.
They call the Chiefs what?
I forgot what they call the Chiefs or something.
Do they have a name?
They do.
I don't know of a name. I never heard anything.
I forgot what they're gonna shoot me. Kansas City
I
Chiefs
really haven't. But I just who that. I mean that who they or who that. I don't know which one.
No, it's who that.
The Saints, you got the Saints and the Bengals using similar stuff. I can't keep it straight. But anyway, you said who they, right? It's who they, right?
Who they with a Y.
All right. Well, listen. I believe no matter how stupid that who they sounds to me, I do believe, shout out to Blaze Thunder Gabbard, if you're listening. I actually picked the Bengals to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs? Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs. And the reason why, I don't know. It's just something, I just feel like this is a magical season for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm caught up in the Cinderella of it all, but Joe Burrow is so doggone cool. Chiefs Kingdom. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, that's what it is, the Kingdom.
Is that what it is? The Kingdom?
That's what it is, the Kingdom. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Thanks, Donovan.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Donovan.
Thanks for coming through, Donovan, because I don't remember seeing it or hearing it ever.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It's something about the way they're playing, the way they're clicking. But you never count Patrick Mahomes out, though. I mean, you just can't. And Kelsey, I don't know. It's a toss-up, Dennis, really. These four teams are a toss-up for me. Really.
Well,
neither one of these four stick out as dominant to me.
I'm taking Who Dey as well. I just feel as though I really do feel as though that they riding the wave. They're riding the wave that's gonna put them right in the Super Bowl. They already beat Kansas City and Cincinnati, so now they got to beat Kansas City and Kansas City. I believe that they could do it.
I believe they can do it too. I guess it just depends. I just want them boys at the Bengals to just not think about their history of messing up and just look ahead. Just look straight ahead. If you don't think about what you've done in the past and how inept you've been and just concentrate on with the challenge of tomorrow, they can do it. But if they get caught up in the culture that is the Bengals, they're going to mess up all over again. And I would hate to see that happen. I wouldn't mind Patrick Mahomes winning another one. Winning another championship. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind him winning another Super Bowl. I love Patrick Mahomes. I like that brother right there. I do. I like that brother right there. But that Joe Burrow boy, I told you who Joe Burrow reminds me of to be. He reminds me of a cross between two of my favorite quarterbacks, Big Ben Roethlisberger and Joe Montana, because he's cool. That's what I always liked about Ben, cool under pressure. You never saw him throw a damn tablet on the sideline and all that craziness. Ben was always cool as a fan, even when times went bad. That's how I like to see a quarterback behave.
All right. BJ Samuels, you were talking about Josh McDaniels having a 3-hour dinner with somebody. What team was he having a 3-hour dinner with? You ain't never say what team or who it was with.
BJ? He's talking about the Raiders. He's talking about the Raiders.
Oh, it was with the Raiders. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about that. Not a bad idea, though. For the Raiders.
Didn't either. I didn't hear. I don't know how. Oh, that's right. BJ has all these secret contacts too, like I do. But
right.
yeah.
Well, you went under the Ignorant Thinker podcast, so Donovan said, I'm hoping that we hire him. And Donovan also said that the NFL will not allow the Chiefs to lose. It's all about money. Expect the Bengals to get a lot of penalties, even though they were the least penalized team in the NFL this year. BJ Samuels also said, follow Sam Sports. You know, we always do. Braxton Hill said, I believe the Lions can win the playoff game. Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals can win playoff games. My Detroit Lions can do it in the future. Yeah, hopefully they come through and do it. He also said, what do you think about Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, in the draft this year in 2022? Braxton Hills, make sure you check out the draft show. I'll make sure I tag you when I have it, so that way you can see exactly how I feel about Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton plays where?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Safety.
I can tell you how I feel about him. He ain't no joke. He's NFL caliber right now. That's my feeling.
Okay. Yeah. And Donovan also said, put some respect on Jason Campbell's name. Oh, I forgot that you used to be the quarterback.
That's what I said. I love Jason Campbell.
Yeah,
I loved him.
He got dealt a bad deal.
He did. He got dealt a bad deal. He was like the second coming of Randall Cunningham. That's how great he could have been. No. Listen to what I'm saying. That's how great he could have been. I'm not saying he was. He never got there. He never got to that level, but I think he could have. I think he had the talent to do it. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
But he was hindered by Washington football team.
Yeah, that Washington football team, they his first 4 years on that team, he went through 4 different offensive coordinators.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway. But that's who I think is going to win. Why? So anyway, so you picked the 49ers just because the Rams don't have fans. Here's my thing. I think that the Rams are going to force Jimmy to try to win this game, and I don't think Jimmy can do it. That's my issue with Jimmy.
Okay. Well, my thing with the Rams, they start off hot, and then they always lax out.
Yeah, they take their foot off their neck. They do. They do. And see, this is the reason why I have so much trepidation between these four teams, because I have something like that on both teams in each matchup. So I can't just say, oh, it's definitely this team or it's definitely that team. I told y'all that the Bengals was going to beat the Raiders and the Titans. There was just no question to me. There was no question. But
I didn't think they was going to beat the Raiders.
Oh yeah, I did. I knew
the Titans. It was a toss up.
I knew it.
The Titans all depend on how Tannehill plays. That's literally
at first I wasn't sure at first, but then when after that first show, I backed up and I looked at some more footage and stuff and stats and all that together. I said, you know what? With this matchup is not good. This matchup is not good for the Raiders. And there, where the Bengals are strong, the Raiders are not in the counter. So that's why I believe that Cincinnati would win. And that's hard for me to say because, you know, I have a great amount of respect for the Raiders. You know, I like the Raiders pretty much, but I've always hated the Bengals. But I have to call it like it is. And that's how it was.
Okay. All right. Well, that's besides, you know, for my wrestling fans out there like myself, the Royal Rumble is on tonight. Probably, I would say, second best pay-per-view of the year for wrestling fans. So I'm gonna say that.
What was the first?
WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania. Yeah. So
I do know what that is.
Well, they usually switch it around. I can tell you it's always the third pay-per-view of the year, but it's anywhere between March and April. It's kind of like Easter. You know how Easter always flip-flopping? It's kind of, that's how WrestleMania is. Always flip-flopping.
Right. BJ says Survivor Series is first.
No, that's like third. That may be a tie for third between that and SummerSlam. But, you know, that's just the way it is. I'm going to say this, though. We named today's show A Bundle of Joy. And Sharon, I would like you to tell everybody why we named today's show A Bundle of Joy.
Well, even though I know I look like I might be only 25 years old, thank you very much. Today, I'm very excited because my son is at the hospital right now because my grandson is being born. So I am going to become a grandmother today, and I am just over the moon with excitement, which is why I have on my baby blue colors today in celebration of the arrival of my grandson. I don't even know how to behave, you know. I'm just so excited. And I've gotten, you know, messages of congratulations and prayers from people. I want to thank you guys because, you know, some people don't think about it, but having a baby, it can be a very risky procedure for the mother and the baby. So, you know, I'm just asking for people to pray for the doctors and the medical staff, the mom and the grandson. Just pray for everyone and my son as well as her support. I couldn't be there because of COVID. I couldn't be in the room. And you know, for somebody who always look forward to being in the room when your grandchild is born and not being able to go, it's been a little bit difficult. So thank God that we have this show this morning because this show gives me a lift and helps me, you know, keep my joy as I anticipate the arrival of my little grandbaby. I can't wait.
Now, do you know the name of the grandbaby already? Or?
I do.
All right. Now, do you have your nickname since you know the name?
Oh, for me?
For you, yeah.
Oh, you can call me grandma. Listen.
No. Not the nickname that you gonna call the grandbaby.
Okay. Let me explain the nickname things. I'm not big on nicknames. So I will probably call him by his name. I will probably do that. That's just me. Or his middle name. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know he's going to be cute. Okay, so one of my friends just reminded me, though, that I do call my great nieces nicknames. Like Carmen, my oldest great niece, I call her my little tiddlywink. I don't know why. She's just my little tiddlywink. And I still call her my little tiddlywink. And then I call my little baby great niece my little buttercup. I just call her my little buttercup because she just little yellow cheeks like butter. And she just so cute. Oh my goodness. But then I'm going to have my own grandbaby. So Sheila, I'm joining the ranks, girl. That's my sister. I'm joining the ranks.
Shout out to Sister Sheila.
Yes, I don't see her in the comments today. She usually is, but yeah, so my grandbaby's coming today and I'm just excited. Thanks for sharing that, though, Dennis. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
Oh, BJ saying she lying, Dennis. Next week she gonna be talking about the baby, and you're gonna be like, "Who's that? Fat, chum chum, or bubble?" Babies always get names. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will come up with something, but as of right now,
it's probably, you know what,
by his name.
It probably come to you as you hold them. That's what it is. That's when they'll come to you.
Probably.
As you hold
because
them.
that's when I named Carmen my little tiddlywink. I was just looking at her. I said, "Look at my little tiddlywink." It just came out of nowhere.
Right.
Don't have any idea why.
I got a thing for nicknames as well. I nicknamed all my nieces and nephews. Yeah. I had a nickname for everybody.
Yeah, you like to throw out those nicknames. Like you nicknamed Willem Bombard the president of the Steelers haters club.
President.
The president, you said. That was so funny. Look, Braxton Hill says she gonna have the baby in a Pittsburgh Steelers outfit. Oh yes, the onesie is already ordered, honey. The Steelers onesie is already ordered. You better bet it.
Already. Yeah, now we got to get into our final words. I'm gonna let you. No, you know what? I'm gonna start with the final words. And first thing I'm gonna say is, to those fans that's saying those over the top things in the stands, please remember, everybody's a human being. You don't have to say those over the top words. There's other things that you can say to get on the players' nerves and then still be respectful. So one thing I want to say out there is watch what you say. And, that way you won't have those problems of getting kicked out of stadiums, and be respectful of other people. You came to see a game. It's entertainment. You can say things, but don't say things like that. You could have just called him a bum. You ain't had to call him a boy. Just call him a bum.
That racial thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. So it's very difficult as I get older to have patience with racist people. These people claim to love being an American. They love America. They love their families. They love their friends. They love God. They profess to be such Christians. The true Christians who believe in Jesus Christ need to remember that you cannot say that you love Jesus and be a racist. Just doesn't add up, because you're not doing as Jesus does when you're a racist. And this is on either side. Doesn't matter. As Black people, we shouldn't be racist against other people. And other people shouldn't be racist against us. Well, that's the rule. We know this. But every day we wake up as Black people, we go out into the world and we face scrutiny all the time. It comes out of nowhere. We can't even play a doggone basketball game as one of the superstars of the NBA without being faced with that. Still, they always want to remind you what they think of you. It's really something. I have long waited to say publicly on a platform that Black people are the most disrespected and hated race of people in all the world. Care what no one says. And you can go fight your mama on that. I'm telling you, we are everywhere we go. So therefore, in order to survive, we have to be strong people as a people. With that being said, I'm gonna say this last thing about respect, since you brought up respect, and I have a quote on respect. You know, I love talk about respect. But you know, the Bible, if you're a Christian, says, you know, God is love and Jesus represents love and all that stuff, right? So if you are a Christian out there and you say that you love Christ and God and you follow them and you're going to live as they teach, remember this, that respect is one of the greatest expressions of love. Always remember that. Respect is one of the greatest expressions of love. That's it.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all again for coming out with us this morning. This has been another great episode of The Side Jawn. Please make sure that you hit the notifications button and like and subscribe. Braxton Hills, we will be doing a mock draft. We will be doing a mock draft soon. I'm going to be joining up with Sam Sports to do a mock draft. So that should be coming February the 23rd. That'll be the first of the mock drafts. So make sure you're around for that, because that one will be exciting. I'm gonna let you know that right now. But to everybody else that was out there and that was watching the show, I want to thank y'all. Sharon, you got anything you want to say to them?
Thank you to all in the words of Ron Thomas, thank you for all the fans, and we couldn't do this without you. We love you. We really do mean that, though. We do. Every Saturday, we come here for you at 10 a.m. Eastern time on The Side Jawn, Dennis and I, and we love doing this show. We look forward to doing this show every week. And a large part of the reason why we look forward to it is because of you and the interactions we get in the comments with us. So we really do appreciate y'all, and keep on watching. If you have not joined the Side Jawn Facebook group, please join the group. And the next time, BJ, I ask you for topics you want us to discuss, I expect to see you answer first. Okay? All right. Love y'all, though. We do. We love y'all.
God bless. Great day, baby.